So I'm a very sober person, but I want to tell you about the first time I got high. So the first time I got high, I was in college. I'm 18 years old at the time, fresh out of high school, doing my own thing, right? So I had these African neighbors who stayed on the third floor. I stayed on the second floor. So there was this one particular African guy. We used to speak in passing. Like I'll be going into my apartment or coming out, and we always ran into each other. Hi, bye. That was the most we ever said to each other. So I used to always be with my friends. I would always be over my friend's house, or if I was dating someone, I would be over their house, and I was hardly ever home. So one particular night, I'm home on the weekend. It's like Saturday night. I don't know where my friends at, but I know I'm home bored. So maybe they got dates or something, or they out of town. I don't know. But I get a knock on the door. So I go open my door, and it's the African guy that I always speak to whenever I'm coming and going, right? So he was like, "Hey, what you doing?" I was like, "Nothing. Like I'm just chilling on the couch watching TV." Like I point and show him that I'm just watching TV. So he was like, "Okay, you ain't getting into nothing tonight?" I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Yo, we throwing a party. Come up there and kick it with us." So I'm like, "All right, I ain't got nothing to do." So I go shower, change, put on some clothes. I go upstairs, knock on the door. He let me in, and everybody's on the patio chilling, right? So it's about 8 people. It's a bunch of Africans, and they're all outside smoking, drinking. They got the African music playing, and it's a vibe going on. I was like, I ain't never hang with no Africans before, but I heard they turn up, right? So I take a seat at the table because everybody at this square table, right? This long, well, rectangular table, because it's about 8 of us sitting at the table. So I take a seat next to this guy named Abubakar. That's right, his name is Abubakar. Remember that name. So Abubakar is doing like some type of homework for school. He doing like physics or something, and he's smoking, he drinking, and he passed me the blunt. So he was the first one to pass me the blunt. He was like, "Here you go. I never smoked before. This is my first time in college away from home." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." I hit the blunt. It burns a little bit. It burns. I'm like, I'm choking. So they like, "Hey, no, this how you do it. I'm like, so I take it in. It still burn. I don't know how to smoke. It still burns. So they pour me a cup of water because I'm choking and stuff. They was like, "Here, drink this cup of water." So I'm trying to drink the water. I was like, it hurts to drink the water. So immediately, once I say that, everybody burst out laughing. I'm like, "What's so funny?" Then the African dude who invited me to the party, he was like, "It's literally impossible for it to hurt, like for you to drink water and for it to hurt." But I'm like, "Oh, it's burning my throat so bad. So, anyways, I look over to Abubakar. I'm like, "Hey, what you doing?" He was like, "I'm doing my physics homework. Got a big test on Monday and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I got a big test too. I probably should be upstairs studying, but that ain't the type of student I am. I ain't never studied in my. I probably studied by a handful of times in my entire life. So I just be thugging it, right?" So I look over his work that he's doing, and he's trying to solve some equations. And I take another hit of the blunt, and somehow I'm solving these physics equations. I'm like, "What am I doing right now?" Like the weed done unlocked a different part of my brain. I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy. Like weed is making me smart. Like I need some more of this." And he was like, "Oh my God," like he checking the answers. He like, this is correct. Like you're getting these answers right. Like, "Oh my gosh, you're so smart." I'm like, "Oh my God, like I'm so smart." So, anyways, we have a good time. I eat some African food, dance a little bit, and we laugh and we joking. Like this is probably like some of the best times I ever had in my life. I'm only 18 at the time, but up until then, like this is like one of the greatest nights of my life because I'm high out of my mind, but I don't know I'm high. I just know I feel really good. So I thank them for inviting me to the party. I go downstairs and I go back on the couch, watch TV. So maybe like an hour later, I get a knock on the door, and it's Abubakar. It's Abubakar. So I'm like, what's up? He was like, hey, the party was fun, right? I was like, yeah, that was real cool. Like, I think I feel it. I think I feel it. The weed and stuff. And he was like, he pulls out a blunt. He was like, hey, do you want to smoke some more? And I'm like, hell yeah. If I'm gonna feel how I'm feeling, like, absolutely. Okay, so let me rewind. It was the next day. I'm on the couch and I get a knock on the door. It's Abubakar. And he was like, hey, what's up? Do you want to smoke? And I'm like, hell yeah. If I'm gonna feel how I felt yesterday, like light that, light it up. Like let's run it back. You know what I'm saying? Let's run it back. So we on my patio this time. Like all the apartments look the same. We on my patio this time. We chilling outside and stuff, and we just laughing and stuff. We laughing. I'm feeling so good. And I'm still not studying. Now it's Sunday night, still ain't study. And so he was like, he looked at me and he goes, dang, your eyes are really red. Your eyes are red and they getting low. So I walk back inside and I go to the hallway. Like we have a hallway, a long hallway like this, and we have big mirrors on the hallway. So I'm looking at my eyes, trying to see if I look any different, trying to notice anything different about myself. And my eyes are a little low and they're a little red. And so when I turn around, a Bubakar is right behind me. So I'm like, hold on, like I ain't invite you inside. Why you right here standing right beside me? You know what I'm saying? You right behind me. So then he was like, hey, like your roommate's home? And I'm like, I don't know. I think one of my roommates home, but I can't really remember. I should have never said that. So now Abubakar, he's trying to pull me to my room. And he's like, hey, let's go to your room. Let's go to your room. And immediately, like my brain goes into danger mode. My brain is like, danger, 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 danger. So now I'm freaking out. I'm kind of paranoid and stuff like that. I'm like, what did you give me? What is like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what did you give me? What did you give me? Because my body's starting to feel a little heavy now. And I'm noticing that I'm moving slower. And it's like things are going slow motion. So I'm looking at Abubakar. I'm like, what did you give me? Like, what did you give me? Like, I don't feel right. I don't feel right. So I run to my bedroom. I go into my bathroom. Like I splash water on my face. I'm trying to look at my eyes. I'm like, what's going on? And so Abubakar is still out in the living room. And I'm like, I just come out there, I slap him. What did you give me? What did you give me? I don't feel right. I don't feel how I felt yesterday. Calm down. He's like, calm down, calm down. It's just weed. I promise I didn't give you nothing else. It's just weed. You're panicking right now. Just calm down. I'm like, no, I'm not panicking. You gave me something. You about to take me into my room and you about to grape me. You know what I'm saying? You about to take advantage of me. I'm about to have all these little African kids and I'm about to be pregnant. I'm about to be a statistic. You know what I'm saying? You about to kill me. My mom about to have to come up here and get my body, claim my body. I just got to college. And you about to kill me? You about what did you give me? I run back to my room, you know what I'm saying? So I run back to my room and I'm just sitting on my bed like, what's going on? So I'm like, man, I remember my roommate being here, but I don't know. I don't hear nothing. All this commotion going on and nobody came out. And so I start banging on my roommate door. I'm like, Amber, he's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me. Abubakar's trying to kill me. Nothing. No response. So I'm like, dang. So now I'm feeling afraid because I'm home alone by myself. So when I go back to the living room, I'm about to go curse Abubakar out again. My door wide open. Abubakar is nowhere to be found. So I'm just pacing back and forth like, oh my gosh, like, because my body feel like crazy. I never felt like this before. Like, and I'm just panicking. I'm like, I don't know who to call. Like, because I can't have nobody knowing that I took drugs. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking like I'm about to overdose on weed. Never smoked before. So I'm thinking I'm about to overdose on weed and stuff like that. So I get a frantic knock at the door, like, because the door is still open. So the African dude who originally invited me to the party, he's at the door. He was like, hey, Abubakar called me. He told me you freaking out and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I think Abubakar drugged me. He was like, no, he would never do nothing like that. He's a good guy. I promise, like, he would never do nothing like that. So he take my hand, he bring me to the kitchen. I'm leaning over the sink and he's running cold water. He's putting it on my body and I'm starting to calm down and he's just caressing me and caressing me. And then he stopped. I'm like, you can't stop rubbing my body with water because like, I'm going to die. If you stop rubbing me, I'm going to die. And he had the nerve to laugh. So I slapped him. What you laughing at? Because it ain't nothing funny right now. I'm about to die. Like, why are you like keep rubbing me? So I take his hand. I'm like, you have to keep rubbing my body with water. You have to keep rubbing my body with water or I'm going to die. And I'm pacing back and forth, panicking. He's trying to calm me down. He's following me around the house. He's like, Kirby, I promise, like, it's just weed. He didn't lace you or anything. He didn't do anything. It's just weed. You have to calm down because the more you think about it, the crazier you're going to go. So I get another knock at the door. It's a loud knock. It's like, doo, 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 doo. I'm like, who the hell at my door? So I go walk to the door. I'm limping. I don't know why I'm limping. I ain't fall. I'm limping. I'm walking with a limp. You know what I'm saying? I don't have on no shoes. I got one sock on and my hair look crazy. My hair is all over my head. So when I go open the door, it's the paramedics. They was like, hey, someone called 911. And they knew it was me. They was like, come with us. They was like, come with us. They took one look at me. They was like, come with us. I'm like, no, I don't want to. They was like, come with us. We need to check you out. We need to make sure everything's okay. Like the 911 call, they was very afraid for you. They said that you know, someone's about to kill you. Like we need to make sure you're okay, right? So I walk out the house. I'm with the paramedics. I got one sock on, my hair crazy, no shoes in sight, just one sock. I go to the paramedic. They put me into the ambulance. We drive to the hospital. So the African guy who was there with me, he was like trying to get in the ambulance with me. They was like, no, but you could drive. This is the hospital we're going to right up the street. So when I get to the hospital, I'm sitting in the emergency room and the African guy, he comes and he's sitting next to me. And so the nurses are trying to get me to fill out paperwork. I'm like, I can't pick my hand up because my body feels so heavy. I'm like, I can't pick my, that's like, you can't pick your hand up. Like you don't look hurt. Like just fill out this paperwork. And I'm just like, I can't, I told you I can't pick my hand up. Like, what are you not listening to? I cannot pick my hand up. So eventually I'm trying to figure out why they keep trying to get me through this paperwork out. So eventually I just signed my name on the paperwork, right? So I have to be sitting in the ER for at least 2.5, 3 hours. Me and the African guy talking, and I'm slowly coming back to my senses, you know, like I'm coming down from it. He was like, how you feeling? I was like, I'm feeling better, you know, but I don't think I need to see no doctors, you know. So he was like, all right, you want me to take you home? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I got a big exam tomorrow. Like, let me get a doctor's note before we leave. So he's like, all right, cool. So I go to the desk. I say, hey, I don't want to see the doctor anymore. They was like, you don't want to see the doctor? I was like, nah, I done been here for like 3 hours. Ain't nobody come out here to say nothing to me. They wanted me to sign the paperwork, but nobody else came out here to talk to me. So I was like, can I please get a doctor's note? Can you write me a doctor's note? Tell him I was sick. I got a big, over explaining myself. You know, I'm like, I have a big exam in school tomorrow. I can't miss this test. Can you please just write me a doctor's note? So they write me a note, you know, the African guy, he takes me home and stuff like that. I go to sleep. I wake up the next day. I feel horrible. I feel horrible because I barely got any sleep. And so I wake up, I'm about to get ready for school. I'm like, oh, where's my doctor's note? Where's my doctor's note? So I go reach for the doctor's note, my eyes half open and stuff like that. I open my doctor's note and in big bold red letters it says, don't do drugs. I'm like, I can't get this to my professor. Like, what? I can't get this to them. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. That's really what they wrote to me. Like, a doctor didn't even come see me. How are you gonna say don't do drugs? So I failed the class. I failed the class because I failed the exam, didn't take the exam, didn't go to class. I was extremely embarrassed. So the next day I go over to my friend's house. I tell them everything that went on. They was like, oh my God, Kirby, like we didn't know like all that was going on, you know. So I'm over their house for a couple hours. I finally get home and my roommate, Amber, I was knocking on her door. She was like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, I heard you last night going crazy. So I called 911." I'm like, "Bitch, you was in the room the whole time when I was losing my mind. Like, I probably would have felt so much better had you told me you was there." So I'm like, "Why you ain't tell me you was home? I was knocking on your door." She was like, "Girl, you was going so crazy saying he gonna kill you. Why would I open the door if there's a strange man in our house and you're saying he's going to kill you?" I'm like, "You should have opened your door. None of this would have happened. I would have never had this note that said don't do drugs." But yeah, that was my high experience. So the first time I ever smoked weed, I got high with an African guy named Abubakar, and I ended up in the ER. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't do weed or none of that. But weed is not drugs. But my body can't handle stuff like that. So yeah, kids, stay sober.